Alrighty, yeah, so as you had wandered along the old Slavic road, trying to travel as quickly as you can in the hopes of making Vallaki before it gets too late, you stumble across a disturbing sight. You see numerous corpses of hacked up, large forest wolves. Over to the left, 2 fully living forest wolves are making a meal out of a deceased man laying on the floor as they are rending the flesh, one from his arm, one from his leg. Further down the road, nestled underneath the tree, laying up against a large boulder, appears to be another man clutching like a woodman's axe, which is dripping in blood. From the very faint movements, he seems to still be alive. What would you like to do?
Let's see. Am I close to there? I think
you're all kind of in a big pile right here, so...
Yeah, and I don't think I saw
I think everybody kind of like moved up and saw the sight and then like stopped to like...
Yeah.
Take in what was going on.
Can I... Okay.
Do we recognize these wolves as the ones we've encountered before?
You've encountered wolves and you've encountered dire wolves. These are more like just the large kind of natural wolves that are rife.
So it's not that pack that got ordered
No. It's
okay. Gotcha.
And 2 of them are very alive.
Yeah, there's 2 of them alive over here that are like munching on this corpse. Like one has got hold of an arm and just like ripping pieces of flesh off. The other one's got hold of a leg and doing the same thing. Other than that, there are 4 seemingly dead wolves laying in and around the road.
Okay.
I'll pull out a sword and just turn to everybody. After breakfast, I'm not exactly over dog meat. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think Octavius would just kind of run forward and just try to make as much noise and be as big and loud as possible.
Oh, be careful. You're the smallest one. That's not actually the best idea. And I'm just going to pop a shot off at one of the wolves.
Okay, so Octavius, you're going to bolt forward. Yeah. Douglas, you're going to like lean back and fire. What's Gemma planning on doing?
As Trip was pulling out his sword, I was saying to him, perhaps you should go around and check on the one that's hurt. Don't fight. No.
There's one that's hurt. What's wrong with fight?
Back that way.
Oh, there's one. Whoa. Okay. I was sorry. I was hungry.
We'll take care of this. Go around.
All right.
Okay. Irina is basically beckoning the children unto her and like hoarding them all around her and standing in front of them like protectorally.
If I can, while passing her by, I'd like to give her a bardic inspiration point because she does take care of all of our responsibilities we ignore always.
Okay. Dumping a little inspiration on her.
Matt, I'm sorry. For immersion's sake, can you make the noises that Octavius is going to make? I want to hear you do them.
Sure. Yeah, he would pull his sword out. I can't remember. Did we rest beforehand?
We did.
Yes.
Okay, then Octavius would pop his crimson right, which he's gonna take the sword in his hand and just run his hand across it as it draws a little bit of blood and the sword starts to light up with a holy light, and he's going to take a few steps out in front. And start waving his sword and swinging it around like, "Get out of here, you wolves, you devil wolves! Get out of here! Get now!"
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Octavius doing that. Thank you.
Okay, is the crimson right the thing that does like glowing a D4 damage to you, or no?
Yes, it is. Which I'm gonna
pop that.
Yep. I was just given the flavor.
Ooh, ouch!
It's been 4. Every single time, by the way.
It always stings, doesn't it? It's like...
But that's okay. That's okay.
Nice.
You'll get used to it eventually. Get the callus going.
Well, right. I think that also helped get me into the mood. I'm like, ow, yeah.
It helps make him angry.
Yeah.
All right. We know what Douglas is doing. So, Seth, what are you going to do?
I'm going to hang back and
watch.
Protect the kitties, but also really just watch.
Okay.
As Octavius
All right.
eyes ahead.
Well, Douglas, as soon as you're shooting a missile weapon, you're probably gonna your arrow will get there before Octavius does. So go ahead and give me a roll on that.
Okay.
I'm not worrying about initiatives just yet. Oh, good shot. Okay, yep. You solidly
Right in his
plug
butt.
one of the wolves, which kind of like lets out a loud yelp and
Ooh, nice shot.
bolts towards the trees. Okay, Octavius, you're charging towards this one, which will kind of jump on top of the body, crouch down low, and start like growling at you like it's protecting its food.
Then I'm swiping at it.
Okay.
So I'll kind of run up.
there and
Yep.
The shutter's closed.
Oh, they are. I do apologize. I thought I'd opened those. 1 second. There you
Nice.
go. Thank you. All right.
That's a
yeah.
pretty
You
roll.
run over there,
Plus-
lunging
plus-
forward,
cool.
and stab.
Hit yourself a 4 to deal 1.
Okay.
Whatever.
Upon being stabbed most viciously by the rapier, this wolf too is going to turn tail and flee into the night.
Good. I wasn't trying to kill it, everyone, okay?
Yeah, it's just just
I was.
Just scare it off.
We don't take pleasure in killing animals.
No.
We do take pleasure, however, in eating the meat off the bones.
Well, if it's cooked right.
right. Yeah. Okay.
It's no
So
one's pet,
you've
so
seen the wolves off. And yeah, other than this poor fellow, so Octavius now looking at this individual, he is wearing fairly plain clothing. He is brutally bitten, flesh is ripped, his throat is partially torn out. Very unfortunate and horrible demise for this individual.
Okay. And you said there was one more over here that
there's
was
this
sort
guy
of
over
alive?
here that's kind of like just leaning up against an axe, kind of like heavy breathing.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna
axe
look back.
clutched tight to his chest, covered in blood.
I'm gonna look back and just look at Douglas and say, "Father," and scamper over to this guy.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. As you get close, you can see that his left foot is missing. It's a bloody stump.
Okay.
He has got numerous bite marks on his arms, on his legs. He's pretty badly hurt. Did I mention his foot's missing? But he is
Yeah.
alive, but the axe is covered in blood.
I'm gonna cry out to Seth, be like, Seth, your first aid kit.
I'm gonna trudge over there. Look
Yeah,
at the mess.
I step back so you guys can get into the.
I was a little beyond my
I mean, I can start him off, but he's still gonna need some TLC.
Irina will kind of like, once she gets close and sees the state that the man's in, she'll kind of stop and hang back and keep the kids from like getting too close.
Hey, Gemma, come here.
Yes, what is it?
Heat that axe up really bright, hot, so we can, burn the flesh off the stump.
I can hit it with a firebolt. How is that going to help?
I'm just gonna take the axe from him. I'll probably just rend
Okay,
it. From
when you kind of reach down to take it, initially he just like pulls it tight and grips it firmly.
Yeah, I'm gonna really pry it off, like
Okay,
with all my strength. Just
he
give
doesn't
it a-
have the strength left to stop you, so he, you'll snatch it clear from him.
All right, and I'm gonna hold it in front of me, but away from everybody else.
His
All right,
eyes are kind of like,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
like
gonna
he's
go
like
ahead.
struggling to stay conscious.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop a cure wounds on him.
Okay,
Wow. And it's not very good, but
that's quite a lot for
for a dying person, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It kind of like addresses some of his bites. Clearly, it doesn't do a whole lot for his missing foot, but it is at least kind of like his eyes kind of like focus back, and he's like, "Wolves!"
Yeah, so we cleared those out. There was another companion of yours, I would assume. Didn't seem to make it. Were there any others with you?
It was just I and Gustav.
I'm afraid it's now just you.
He kind of like, you see him kind of like looking, kind of like leaning behind you, and then eventually his eyes kind of like see somewhat obscured, but he can kind of make out the corpse of Gustav back there. And he says, "Why did we not listen? I'm foolish, Emmerich. Oh. They said to wait till tomorrow, but I could not wait. It was so small. Such a young boy."
Huh?
Gemma.
What are
Gemma.
you talking
Axe.
Oh. I'm gonna take the X.
I mean, like, if
Now
no one else
holding
is
an axe.
doing anything. Yeah, if no one else is doing anything at that point, I'm gonna try and, like, I don't know, tourniquet the wound so it's not like
No,
bleeding out.
We're gonna.
Yeah. But that's
Mend the flesh.
Gemma's gonna take some time.
I'm gonna build a fire for that. I'm not using spells. I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah,
and
it would
start
be
doing
kind of
that.
hard to provide enough heat to the blade of an axe by going.
Yeah.
Is this a fire over here by the first wolf? That's
No.
I think it's a
Oh,
lantern.
okay. Okay.
I'm gonna,
I couldn't
I'm
see
gonna
what-
start making a
what that
fire.
was.
It does look like a dropped lantern that's laying on its side. Yes.
okay.
That would get you your start.
I'm gonna help Trip with the tourniquet.
Yeah, I don't know
I'll help Gemma with
stuff.
the
I've
fire.
just seen you do stuff like it before.
Right.
So-
Somebody give me a medicine roll, and we'll consider it a use of the first aid kit.
Well, I mean, if I were to do that, it would have some help attached to it too. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
Best if I'm
I'm
trying
going to
help
assume
my
the
brother.
first aid kit probably has cloth and stuff to do tourniquets and stuff.
How many hit points is this guy, like his max hit dice? Because mine adds that.
You
as
don't
well.
know.
All right, well, it's this plus whatever his max hit dice is. So.
This man has the worst healing luck I have ever seen.
Okay. Yeah, you sufficiently staunch the blood drainage down to a very bare kind of trickle. Enough to where, with Trip's healing and this, maybe you might get him to Valaki alive.
Do we have any water or anything? I mean, I guess I'll get him some water to try and not, bleeding out is a strenuous activity.
Yeah, there are more things you can do that are like less exhausting.
Does anybody have any water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll get.
Trip does.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I was saying it kind of out loud while I was like getting out my water skin and getting him some water. Yeah. If we have a fire going, we can cook up some wolf. He's gonna need to regain some strength.
Did anybody make a medicine roll?
Oh, I can.
Oh my god. Just leave
And
him.
our
He's
portents
dead.
are double failures.
Okay.
Yeah, my hands are really bloody, so I'm fumbling. Yeah, that's my justification.
Okay.
Shit.
It's worse than that. He's dead.
I mean, if I'm helping you with it, do you get a bonus to that or no? I don't know how 5e works. I've never played it.
Do
I've
you
never played
have
this game
proficiency in it?
before. I have Jack of all trades, but
And yes, I do have proficiency. That's with proficiency. So
Oy.
Thanks.
Okay. I mean, yeah, with the first aid kit, you've done what you can do. I mean,
okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll rest here and get this man back on his feet. Well, his foot.
Dad, sensitivity.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking out loud.
Help
let's
me with
just
the
get-
fire.
Yes.
I
of course, of
thought
course.
it was deliciously funny. So
I'm gonna grab that lantern and see. Is it like still lit?
Yeah,
Or
it
is
is
it-
still lit.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it over to
It's
Gemma
just laying on its side.
and help with getting it going.
All right, so you want to make a
this will help.
small fire kind of like over here somewhere, or
Yeah,
maybe here in this little clearing? Okay.
yeah, wherever it makes the most sense on here.
All right. Yeah, in short order, you have a small contained fire going. And it's
Gonna
very
heat up.
easy to
I
light
start
with
heating the axe up.
Okay, lay the axe in there and...
when it's hot enough, we're gonna burn the flesh of his stump to stop whatever remaining bleeding. Right?
Cauterize, yeah.
Cauterize
so
the wounds.
that's the plan. Yeah, it takes a good while to get hot enough in that kind of flame. I mean, it'll never truly go to a glowing state, but it'll get certainly hot to where eventually you can... is there any particular way you wish to approach doing this, or...
Maybe give him a stick to bite.
Yeah,
Like-
give him a stick to
That would be
bite,
nice.
lay him down, prop his leg up so we can put the weight of it down on his stump with leg
Yeah,
raised.
if you're needing help with that, I can.
Yeah. Raise his
let's
leg up, put the axe handle up from above so the weight I could put pressure on it.
Okay,
Here, chew on this.
he will like let out a loud grimace as it happens. Let me see.
He takes all the damage and dies.
No, but he absolutely does pass out.
Okay.
He is unconscious with pain.
I'm going to use that time to rebandage the wounds with the maybe remove the tourniquet if we don't need it
Yeah,
anymore.
he doesn't need it anymore.
We don't want to like kill everything else down there, right? And yeah,
Yeah, is Gustav a complete lump mess of devoured bits at this point?
Who, this dude over here?
Yeah.
He's still mostly intact. He's got large chunks
Okay.
ripped out of him.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best to get him kind of like Copasinkin and just like kind of like get him more into the woods so he's not in eyesight of the kids. I just feel weird having him there, and then I don't know. I can't really do any kind
Drag
of
him
grave
into the
for him yet.
woods. Okay.
So I'll do that before. I mean, wherever the fire's at, I'll probably use my handy dandy dad axe to chop off a couple of like dog legs or something to cook up. Because again,
Couple
he
of
didn't
wolf,
really eat.
couple of wolf haunches.
Yeah,
Wolf shank.
Ooh, wolf shank.
Wolf shank.
wolf shank. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do that. A
'cause,
little
otherwise
stringy and a little tough, but
it's better than tack.
all right. So is your game plan to like camp here all night until tomorrow, or
I mean, we
I
kind of
Think
just
so.
We just woke up, didn't
woke
we?
up, didn't we?
no? This was like
Yeah,
at the
but-
end of the day. You were getting close to
Okay,
the end
okay.
of the day. Irina was
Okay.
saying if you pushed really hard from here, you could make it to Valaki tonight. That
Ah,
you didn't
I
have
think
to
this
like.
sealed our fate. Then.
That
we
you didn't
probably
have
don't
to
wanna-
camp out in the night, especially in with all this fresh food and meat and delicious smells.
Yeah, I'm thinking we might want to move a little bit before actually camping.
well, I mean, look, I can carry this guy. He's unconscious.
Yeah.
If we really want to press on.
Maybe not all the way, but
Mm.
closer to town will still be safer, and I don't want to sleep next to a bunch of rot and
Mhm.
decay in.
Can we make a little bed cart for him that we could pull along? Maybe we can get some
Um,
branches and kind of.
I was just gonna hoist him over my
I
shoulder,
don't,
you know.
I don't think we have the time to build a cart.
I
Okay.
mean,
Or the
he's a
tools.
healthy
Not a
individual,
full
but
cart,
he's
but-
not. I mean, he's probably about 5'10". Yeah, I mean, a big old boy like Seth could, as I said, he can probably like hoist him over the shoulder, and you know, he ain't.
Okay.
He's not going to be doing much running with him, but I mean, he can probably go at a pretty good stompy pace.
All right,
And
well,
every once in a while, I'm gonna want to check on him and make sure he's still like vital and okay.
Okay.
Well, Gemma, you know the rules. Put that fire back out again, and make sure it's really good.
I am the
Only
least
you can
out.
prevent
And
forest fires.
I am the least person you need to tell the rules.
I'm just
well aware of the rule. I had already gotten to sand.
Okay, good girl. All right. Let's Seth. Want me to give you a hand getting him up there, or you got it?
No, but I will not be doing a watch tonight. That's my only stipulation.
Fair enough. I guess if you have to carry a bloody man, you don't have to do a watch for the night.
Yay!
All right, we got some shanks. We got this man. Did we ask him his name, by the way?
He
said it out
his
loud.
name in the third person, but
Yeah, I forgot what it was. I know his friend was Gustav.
All right, we'll ask him when he wakes up. Let's get moving before something starts sniffing around.
okay. Alrighty. Well, back to the road of Valaki. So how far do you want? I mean, are you just wanting to get far enough away and then camp? Or, seeing as you've really only probably wasted about maybe 45 minutes to an hour at most, do you want to try to hoof it and make it, or it's up to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're feeling spry, which I think we all are, we could just keep plodding through, right?
I think so.
Sure.
As well, especially
that
if
makes
Irina
more
thinks
sense.
like
Kids are just crying and complaining. Then
Yeah, like are the
I'm
kids
going-
okay
they
with
got some
walking
jerky
at
now.
night? I mean, those two are particularly
Wolf jerky.
heroic, and the other one has a knife now. So
You know,
he's probably feeling brave.
kids are fairly hard.
They'll be fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, no, I say we push on to just
Yeah.
get there.
Well,
agree.
in that case, then, you will push on through the night into the early wee hours of the morning. But eventually, you will arrive outside the gates of Valaki. Let me just pull something up here real quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, as you approach the town, the old Slavic road kind of meanders into a valley, watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and the south. The woods kind of recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a tall wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against the walls in the early wee hours of the morning, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town in slumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. One of them clearly was like half asleep as you approach, and the other one reaches forward with the butt end of a pike to kind of prod him awake because he's planted in the ground and flanked to the outside of the gates are half a dozen pikes, all with wolves' heads impaled upon them. The wall is 15 foot high, enclosing the town. Its tall vertical logs are held together with incredibly thick rope and mortar. The top of each log has been sharpened to a very long and fine point. Wooden scaffolds hug the insides of the palisades, 12 feet off the ground, enabling guards to peer down over the wall there. These tall iron gates, as you approach from the east, are seemingly the only accessible way into the town. Upon arrival, the two guards now pulling themselves together, kind of warm themselves against the cold night air, and the one who was not napping says, "Who goes there?"
We are travelers hailing from Barovia.
Identify yourselves.
The Mildwood family and our charge.
I see. And what is your business here in Vallaki?
Well, frankly, we were paid escort for our charge.
Head escort. He's kind of like looking amongst you, and his eyes are paying more attention to the unconscious man that is over Seth's shoulder, who still has yet to regain consciousness, incidentally. What is that you have there?
Well, several children, and I can't say her name out loud. I'm bad at reading.
Okay.
Yes, and this man we just found on the road.
And
He's very hurt. He needs attention.
oh, he is alive.
We think so.
I mean, last he feels alive, you know.
I see. We are not accustomed to opening the gates at this hour. Why do you find yourselves traveling so very late, or should I say early, to Vallaki?
Well, we found this man on the side of the road, not in a good state, and we're hoping to get him in the sheltered safety of a town as soon as possible, hopefully to seek some help.
I see. What is your opinion on the devil? Where do you stand when it comes to the leader or the ruler of these lands?
I understand he doesn't do a lot for public relations. Don't quite care for the guy.
Oh, so you are opposed to the ruler, are you? And you there. And he kind of like puts his eyes firmly on Seth. How do you feel about... Oh, okay, fine, I understand. Just piss off. Come back, you! You! Come back here! Why is he running away?
He doesn't do well with confrontation.
He had to use the potty. It was a long trip.
He's got to use the little dad's.
I have a feeling that there's a reason for that. We'll shut it crispy for a second. Okay, let me retcon that and say that he's asking you that, Seth.
Got it. I'm just gonna say, I don't care one way or another for him. I want to get out of here, and apparently he's what's keeping us from being able to leave. So,
and
screw him. No.
You young ones, are you as jaded as your elders on this matter?
I am just a child. I don't understand politics.
Oh, I see.
Is there a way I can do some sort of an insight check to try to get an inkling of what this guy wants to maybe hear? Or something along those lines?
You can you can make an insight roll.
Okay. It's not the best, but I'd be trying to garner what this guy's trying to do.
Okay, clearly he is very on edge and very nervous.
Yeah.
As to what he would like to hear and where his stance is, it is what it is from what he's saying. So, okay, with that he says, and to you, he is there, standing next to the one with the body over his shoulder as he points at Seth. How do you feel about the ruler? The rest of your family seems to not find him to their taste. Do you share this sentiment?
Doug, bro.
Is he talking to me? Sorry,
Yes.
I had to leave. I don't know if anyone noticed that I did.
We did. We shuttered you
Okay,
and carried on.
then I don't know what happened then.
We didn't notice.
Okay, basically the
guard
guard
down the line,
wanted to know who you are, why you were here, and he's been asking everybody what their opinion is of Strahd.
Okay, and what
everybody
is
else has
everyone...
kind of either said they didn't care for him or tried to play the whole, well, I don't really care one way or the other kind of card. Or the naive, I'm just a kid, what do I know? So he's asking you of your opinion.
I hear he has great taste in wine. And he has a big house. And I think he's doing great for himself. I think. That's all I know. I don't really have an opinion about him. I just know what I know about him, Do you know?
And
He
you
killed
say you come
Gambit.
from
Please no.
Barovia, it's a village?
Well, we are outsiders.
Outsiders,
As I've come to understand, is what they would refer to. We were taken in by some mist and traveled through more mist into Barovia, where we were a little under-equipped for survival in these lands, and had to take on some work.
Traveling to Old Slavic Road by night is not the smartest thing you could do. You are lucky to be alive and find your way to these gates in one piece. The question is, do I trust you? What do you think? Do we trust them? Huh? Whatever.
Is there any way we could prove we are trustworthy?
Perhaps in the morning, when we are permitted to open the gates. At which point Irina will bulldoze to the front, pulling the kids with her, and she says, "Oh, for pity's sake, do you know who I am?" "No, who are you?" And then she kind of says, "I am Irina Kolyana, the daughter to the Burgermeister of Barovia, the village of Barovia. My brother is now the new Burgermaster. If you would not like me to have words with your Burgermaster and explain how you would treat such dignitaries, please have us stand outside and let this poor man die in the cold and these children catch their death." And he's like, I do apologize. I had no idea.
Yes, we should have led with that.
For one moment. And you see him kind of begin to work on a very large, stout padlock, and then pulling chain after chain after chain through the links. And they kind of pull the gate open just enough for you all to slip through. "Quickly now! Quickly!"
Run on in.
And then they hastily close the gate behind you. He says, "Now then, as you have said you are outsiders, there are some things you must know. It is against the law to refer to him by name. You must not say his name, you must refer to him, if you must, as the devil and nothing else."
I mean, if the name fits.
"There are weekly festivals. As guests, you are not required to aid in their preparation, but attendance is mandatory by law. The next great festival is the Festival of the Blazing Sun in 3 days' time. Fail to comply with Vallaki law will mark you as a criminal. If you have any questions, you better ask them now."
None that I can think of. No.
What kind of... Oh.
Go ahead, jump.
What kind of festival is... Festival of the Blazing Sun is like a happy...
Of course it's happy. All will be well.
Festival?
Vallaki is a happy place, by law. Positivity is expected amongst all visitors and citizens. It is by his will that for the last 100 years, the devil the devil is not permitted to come into the lands of Vallaki. He has not stepped foot in a century. Our Burgomaster believes that it is the positive nature and happiness of the citizens that makes this so. I believe the goodwill of Vallaki is repugnant to him.
That sounds like a nice change of pace from Barovia.
Well, of course, Vallaki is a happy place. All will be well in Vallaki at all times. Of course, if you commit any of the numerous crimes, you may be fined, imprisoned, banished, or executed.
Could we maybe get like a little brochure of all of the crimes so that we don't commit them
We
while
do
we're
not
here?
have a brochure.
A list?
I can tell you of the major things to avoid.
Okay.
Do not
Gemma,
say
get your paper.
his name. Do
Uh-huh.
not question the town guard. Do not question the burgomaster and his rule. Act with
Okay.
appropriate decorum at all times. Do not assault, attack, or waylay anybody. Theft will result in your hands being removed.
Okay, so just normal crimes then also. Anything maybe.
Can we be drunk in the streets?
Drunken vagrancy? As long as you do not commit any crimes in that state, then yes. But be cautioned that if you are drunk, you are more apt to getting on the wrong side of the town guard, and if that happens, you will be in serious trouble. Now then, before we let you any further,
hear
you
that,
must register
Octavius?
your weapons.
Yes.
What?
You must register your weapons,
Why?
because it is the law. You are permitted to carry weapons, but it must be known to the town guard what you are carrying. Should there be an altercation, we like to be prepared for who we are going to be accosting.
Seems like a pretty common sense sort of law. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, that seems
So
fair.
step up one at a time. Tell me what you're carrying. You there, you big man at the front.
Well, I have I have a hand axe. Yes.
I see a hand axe. Are you getting this? Write this down. And do you carry anything else? You wouldn't be trying to hide anything, would you? No knives, shanks?
I wouldn't if I could. Look at me.
Very well. You are carrying a hand axe. You there, next. And he points at Douglas. I can see you have a bow there. What else do you have?
Yeah, I got the bow. I've got a couple daggers here.
A couple, as in two?
Just two. Yep, two daggers.
And anything else?
I got dogs. Do I need to register my dog? He's
No.
very well behaved. He does have teeth though, so I don't know.
No,
that
but
counts.
if he does anything to cause
What are the
harm to
dog
anybody,
crimes?
he
Are there
will
any
be
dog crimes I need to be aware of?
public
peeing on
defecation.
anything? Oh, okay. Are there designated areas for that, or
No, he may
do you
shit
have
and piss
bags?
in the streets, just not in anybody's home.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's fair. Anything else? Can he sniff anything he wants?
As long as he does not attempt to bite anybody.
Nope, no biting. Won't do that. Nope.
Okay,
He's got all
so
shots
you have
too,
the
by the
bow
way.
and 2 daggers and some arrows. Is that it?
Yes, correct, sir.
You sure you don't have a hand axe tucked away somewhere?
No, I gave it to my son. You'll be asking him.
Okay,
soon,
very
so-
good. Next, you there.
Okay.
Yep. I have a rapier, the said hand axe, which I think is actually I give that to Seth. Seth is holding it, so he has the hand axe. I have a long sword, and I have this other little short sword that's shinier than the other one. I don't know.
I see. Anything else?
Um,
There's nothing you're forgetting, is there?
I have an axe of sorts.
Oh God.
A musician. Excellent. Yes, we have a bard in town, but he is musically inept. Anyway,
Oh. Okay. Maybe we could do a
And
collab.
what
Does he do
about
more spoken
you?
word or?
you there.
Yes, I have here a crossbow and I have a dagger, so there's no need to ask me further questions.
Is there not? And why would you say that? Is it because you have something to hide?
I do have this hairbrush, which is silver tipped, which could be used as a weapon, as well as a wedding dress. If anyone needs one in town, I'd be willing to barter.
There is a very good clothier here. You might try to sell it.
Great, that's it.
And
I mean, you
what about
could
you,
fight
little
someone with
fellow?
the wedding
What do you
dress.
have?
Sorry, who were you talking to, me, Gore?
Yeah.
He's gonna walk up and say,
Shh,
I-
shh, shh,
"Yeah,
shh,
I have this perfect balanced rapier. I will hand to you. I also have this dead eye-sighted light crossbow, and that is it. Here's the thing, though, Gore. I do have a dagger. It's concealed,
Okay.
and Octavius is going to be a little stink and see if he can get that through.
Well, he hasn't searched anybody else yet, so
Yeah, so he's just going to say, and that is all.
Suddenly, I feel
bestow.
very suspicious. Let me
Yeah.
search it.
He shouldn't have said anything.
I bestow my weapons
No,
unto
no.
you, please. I beg of
Okay.
you, be careful and return them unsmudged.
Oh, son, we're not giving them to him. You got to tell him what you have. You don't have
He's-
to
he's
give
just
them.
showing- he's
you
showing
do not
them
have
off.
to
He's-
surrender your weapons. They must just be
It's an
registered.
open carry situation.
Please, I beseech you,
Oh.
entertain him. He likes them
No,
a lot.
not at
I
all.
see.
And you, Lady of Barovia, Burgomaster's daughter, what do you have? And she'll basically surrender her long sword. Did she give the short? Does one of you have her short sword? Or she's tried to pawn it off on Seth numerous times. I know, but I guess he never did.
Yeah, I
take it.
think Seth has
So
said
long
that.
Take
sword,
it.
short sword, and a boot dagger, and she kind of like shows all those. He says, "Very well. Thank you very much for your honesty."
The kid has something too.
Oh, yeah, there's
yep,
the kid
we
with
got the
knife.
little one. Go ahead, show him. Go ahead.
Wait, we didn't take that back from him.
No, hey, buddy, hey.
no, show him his
no,
other
I
hand.
No.
Come on now. I trusted you with that. Let's go.
Yeah, he will reluctantly get the kid to produce the dagger. I don't know that I would allow children to play with such things. Never mind.
I'll be honest, sir. I didn't know that he still had that.
I think I should if I could just take that back. That would be probably for the best. I think that might actually be one of my daggers. I just admitted I didn't have.
Oh, technically you didn't.
If I could just.
Well, you are free to go. Do not forget. In 3 days' time, there is a festival of the Blazing Sun. It is compulsory if you are still here in town that you must attend the festivities with a smile. And just remember, while you are in Vallaki, all will be well.
Thank you.
Good.
Enjoy
Have a
the
good
rest of your
day.
day.
Is there a doctor you could direct us to? We have a dying man.
Yeah, we want his day to be well also.
We would like him to be able to smile, yes.
We do not have a doctor here, no. There is no medic. We have an apothecary, such as he is. And there is this, the church to St. Andrew. The priest may tend to his wounds. Do you know his name?
He said it once.
He kind of walks over and grabs the guy's hood and yanks his head up. So he goes, "Oh, how unfortunate! I do recognize this man. This is Emmerich of Garvinsky. He lives here in this town. Perhaps you could take him and drop him off to his good lady wife."
Yeah. Where's that? Because he's not getting any lighter here.
Or younger. Or alive. Alright, let's move you to inside of Vallaki.
Ooh.
Okie dokie. We're going to zoom in a bit so we can kind of... Alright, here you guys are. I'm going to shrink you down just a little bit, make it a bit more. Okay, yeah, he'll basically tell you that if you head further down into town, follow the main road all the way until you see the Blue Water Inn, which is kind of in the center of town. Past the Blue Water Inn, take your first right, and he is going to be the third house on the left. It is a small house. Small hovel.
We go there.
As we're leaving, I'm going to be like, I look forward to seeing your smile in 3 days' time.
Okay. Alrighty. So this is the town of Vallaki. Already you are able to see that it is significantly larger than the village of Barovia by far. It is, in fact, an incredibly large, well-to-do town. You are arriving in the early wee hours of the morning, which means it's pretty quiet. There's not a whole lot going on here. There are very few people out on the streets. You'll see the odd guard walking around. But beyond that, not a whole lot of other activity. The buildings themselves are very similar to Barovian buildings in the fact that some of them are very kind of narrow and rather tall. But there's definitely a plethora of different architectural designs and sizes amongst all the different buildings here. Let me just see where we're at here. Okay. Do you wish to detour from where he said, or are you going to pretty much stick to the route that he told you to take?
We're gonna. I plan to walk into his wife, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if we see the church or apothecary on the way, we might want to stop him there to get treatment and then send someone out to go get the wife.
Okay.
But that's if we come across it.
All right. Well, you travel down the road. Obviously, as I said, there's very few people out in the streets. It's somewhat eerily quiet. A thin layer of mist from the cold air is kind of like loitering across the floor. You can see through the cracks in various different shutters. Some of them have very dim candlelight, but most of them there's no light whatsoever. Being the time, most people are fast asleep. You can continue along the main road. And eventually, you will get to this junction here, this intersection, where many roads kind of adjoin. And right on the corner, you will see in this building right here is labeled as... did I just shut it down again? I do that way too often. No. The Blue Water Inn, which was mentioned by the guard.
So we want to walk past it to the next junction and take the left, right?
It was a right, and then it's on the left, I think.
Okay. I'm glad you were listening.
Okay. 1, 2,
So there's
3.
2 joined houses. The third one over would be that little... Oh, wow, that is very tiny.
Okay. You arrive at a very small, single-story hovel. Probably doesn't have more than a couple of rooms, if that. It is battened down and protected against the night's air. And Emmerich is still unconscious.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to the door and bang on it. I mean, kick it if I have to. Just otherwise knock, yeah.
Okay. The single window that is to the right of the door, you will see a shimmer of light kind of move towards it and behind it. And then you'll hear a voice say, "Who is it? Who is there?"
Ma'am, my name is Seth, and I have Emmerich.
Emmerich is with you?
Barely.
Without any further consideration for her safety, she opens the door and... Looking at the state of her husband, "Oh, please, bring him in, bring him to the fire." And at that point, she kind of goes over and starts to stoke the dying embers of the flame. And puts some wood on it and starts to blow it. Trying to get it to life.
Yep, I enter and gently as I can, place him down, hopefully on some carpet or rug.
Okay. As you lay him down, you hear a very faint groan come from him, indicating he is still alive and has clearly gained a level of consciousness. What happened? Where did you find my husband?
Well, we were.
I told him not to go as a stupid man.
Well, we were traveling from the town of Barovia, and we came across him amidst the scene of, well, dead wolves, basically, and Gustav.
Sorry, I just saw that.
Yes.
Delicious, yes.
Yeah, he and his friend was beset upon by wolves. They put up a hell of a fight.
And his friend?
Yeah, Gustav, or...
He didn't make it, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a shame. He will be so upset. Still, that's him right. He was always getting my husband into trouble. I knew he would not lead himself to a good end, that one. Oh, yes. Very, very full of trouble.
Right. The pressing matter, is there perhaps a clean water well nearby where I could get you some to help him? He's,
I have
get him
fresh
cleaned
water
up.
here, but there's also a well if you need behind the Blue Water Tavern. The inn.
Oh, that's very close, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, as you can see,
You can cut straight through the back streets there to the tavern.
we're sorry about his leg. It was already, well, missing.
Oh, and I thought you perhaps took it away, stole it. No.
We did what we could to stop him from bleeding out.
I will see. I will see to him and perhaps fetch the priest tomorrow. Thank you so much for bringing him home. One moment. Let me see. Here. And she comes over with like a small basket with like bread rolls in. Please, help yourselves. Take this for your trouble.
Thank you. I'm gonna take it and hand it to Arena with the kids.
I just meant one each, not the whole basket. But no, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of us that kids.
I can cook more tomorrow, I guess.
Thank
you.
You're welcome.
Just gonna nod and slowly back out.
Why don't you steal the fucking silverware on the way out?
I'm gonna look at the poor guy who's like groaning on the counter, probably.
Oh, I really like this rug.
I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a healing word at him and just be like, he's gonna need it.
No, I mean, I'm gonna make sure everyone gets bread. Right? If there's any left over, I will leave it and the basket at the door. Like, we're not gonna take everything, I guess.
Okay.
We did save her husband, so
yeah, I'm giving him that as well. As a parting word.
Okay, that did a lot to help his health. Won't grow back a missing foot, but he will most certainly recover from his other wounds.
Yeah, I was just thinking he's gonna need it with her around.
All right. After you take care of a poor old one-footed Emmerich, what is your plan?
Go to the inn?
Okay.
I was going to say picnic by the well if they're not open.
Yep, you will pass by the inn, and there is indeed a well right outside. So if you want to fill water skins and stuff, you can.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to test that water because we have a bad experience with wells. Give it a sniff test.
Also, is the bread here tastier than the bread in Barovia?
It's a little softer, a little less grainy.
Okay.
yeah. Less meaty.
So you couldn't sell it as artisan, but it is better.
That's right. Okay. Well, in that case, then, you will enter the Blue Water Inn. Let's do that. You have to give me a second to position you on this map, considering it is one of their maps, which means it's in multiple levels. I think I've already positioned you. So let me just drag you over. Okay. You can see the inn ahead of you. You are on this. Are you on that map? Bottom right corner.
There it is.
Okay. Grey smoke issues from the chimneys of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens can be seen perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. There is a small kind of low iron fence kind of all the way around the perimeter with another small well situated out front. And I need an Irina. Let me get an Irina.
Well, and the kids too, right?
Yep.
Irina and guest.
Okay, and... there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to start walking up to it.
All right, the gate is already open. Nothing to stop you venturing further.
Perfect. Enter we do.
Okay. And I think I have to just move you past the threshold. Actually, you can...
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, good deal. Alrighty. Then those of you that are heading in, please do so.
Like we're in like a Western. We just opened the salon doors, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone just stops and stares at us.
Ooh, the record stops.
Ding, 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 ding. You ain't from around these parts, are you?
Oh, I say we just go through. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can't find whiskey. Come back. There it is.
Okay.
The barmaid just points at the dog and goes, "No!"
All right.
Come on,
dogs
he's my
allowed.
therapy dog.
Irina is going to usher, kind of like glance around the room and usher the children into this corner here.
Is anyone staring at us? Is everyone staring at us?
Initially, no. Considering it's the early wee hours of the morning, this place is still relatively busy. As you kind of like glance around the room, there is a cross-section of interesting and colorful characters. You walk in, behind the bar, a kind of a middle-aged woman with kind of like long, thick black hair tied in a ponytail, smiles at you and says, "New friends! Welcome, welcome to the Blue Water Inn. What can I get you? Are you hungry, thirsty, or both?"
All of the above. We would take all the meals you got for this table with little kids behind. You see them? They're probably really hungry.
She kind of like looks and she just waves at him.
And
Well,
bedrooms too for all of us.
I suppose we need 3 or 4 beds total.
says you are a large group and traveling with such a large group of children. Well, I'm afraid
The
at this
rescues,
late
yeah.
hour the kitchen is all but closed, but we have some beet soup and some bread I can have fetched for you.
That would do
Beets.
nicely, yes.
Yeah, sure.
It's a good change of pace. It's not cabbage.
Cabbage.
Not cabbage.
Not cabbage.
It's beets. And it's a beet soup instead of cabbage soup.
We'll have one for each of us. Beets soup and bread. And
She says, and to drink, we have ale, mead. We are very short on wine. Unfortunately, we only have 2 of our 2 brands of wine, and mead, as I said, and we have brandy, but we have Purple Grape Mash number 3, and Superior Red Dragon Crush.
One of those sounds distinctly better than the other.
This is, well, Superior Red Dragon Crush is a fine local red wine. My family is partially responsible for its fermentation and brewing.
Is that near here?
Not too far.
We'd love to visit sometime.
Well, I must confess,
Wine
me and my husband
tour?
are somewhat estranged from that part of the family, so we have not visited it ourselves in several years, but nonetheless, so what drinks would you like? As I said, we are very low on stock for the wine. We have not received a shipment of wine in well over a week.
Sorry to hear that. But I don't drink wine, so it doesn't matter. Well, do I? I don't remember. It's been so
No,
long.
you don't.
We have
but,
milk if you would like, or water.
Of course,
Really
of course you don't.
Do you have
You're
chocolate
all-
milk?
No, we have goat's milk.
yeah, milk for the kids would be great. I'll. It's been a long road. I'll do 2 meads for myself, honestly.
Yeah, two meats for me as well.
Okay, mead is
I want to try that Superior Dragon.
the Superior
wine.
Red Dragon Crush.
Yeah.
Very well, mead is 2 copper pieces. The Superior Red Dragon Crush is a little more expensive, I'm afraid. It is a silver piece.
That's not a problem. Gemma, you wanna? You got
Gemma
the.
has all of the money.
You got the money.
We'll take the cheap stuff.
Come on, it's been
We'll
a long.
take the cheap stuff.
Come
I was
on.
gonna, I was gonna
Please,
give you
Dad.
my-
If
Fiending
you
for
really
it.
would like cheap stuff, the ale is only 1 copper piece.
No, I'll fill up.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, Dad. Do whatever you want. You're the father.
Yeah, so give me the money.
With this, the gentleman
I don't
directly,
trust you.
the gentleman directly to Seth's right, sitting on a stool,
Why? Because I buy children's
has kind of
pies?
had his arms rested over the bar this entire time. Pops his head up and says, "The Red Dragon Crush is quite delicious. Not as nice as the Champagne de la Stomp, but you can't get that anymore." Give anybody paying any attention to this individual, if you will, give me a
Sure.
give me one of them little dice rolly things where you try to use your percepciones.
Perception.
Hey, I actually rolled
Yeah.
semi decently.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. There's mine.
Whew.
All right.
Oh.
Okay,
man.
so Gemma, Trip, and Seth notice that there is a certain element of pointedness about this man's ears. Not to the full elven extent, but you could swear blind that this dude is half elf at least.
Oh, cool.
This really sounded half elven. So I'm gonna take a silver out of my own pockets and slide it across to him and be like, "Well, enjoy one on me."
Well, what a pleasant gesture from a stranger from outside of the town. I say this only as I've not seen you before. I've been here over a month. But before I take your coin, I feel it would only be polite to introduce myself. My name is Rictavio. I am a former purveyor and operator of a carnival. And
Oh.
self-styled bard, I suppose.
Wow.
Hey, Trip, your soulmate is here.
He wants to do a collab.
Please don't call him
It
that.
is a pleasure, large fellow, to make your acquaintance. And what would your name be?
My name is Seth Mildwood, and I am no bard, but I am accompanied by a fellow songster.
And
a
he
songster.
He
Well,
is-
Sister.
I must
not all
confess,
bards do music. Not all
I
bards
indeed do not do music. In fact, what I do to music, some might describe as bloody murder to it. I have other talents. I am a poet more than a bard.
Oh, finally.
But he picks up the silver piece and says, "Well, good Sir Seth, I will accept your coin and use it to purchase a superior dread dragon crushed Danica, my dear." And she pours him a glass out of a bottle, and you see her kind of like shake the last few drips out of it and hand it to him.
You called yourself a former purveyor of a carnival of sorts? Is that the...
Well, yes, you see, to operate a carnival, you generally need more than one act. As it is only me at this point, I find it would be an embellishment to call me and my own particular brand of entertainment a carnival, but I am on the lookout for a troupe. Should any of you have any particular talents? Any jugglers, acrobats, sword swallowers, fire breathers?
That kid over there really likes knives. That's about as close as I got.
Perhaps any of you have any strange oddities about you? Extra feet? Anything like that? Third nipple?
We know a guy with one foot.
Yeah, we're... that was too soon. Too soon. Yeah. I mean, outside of being a regular family, I would say it's entertaining enough. We have a bit of a two-man set thing we do. If we happen to strafe fate and manage to live but not escape, perhaps we'll be in touch.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet new acquaintances. Yes, it's very nice to see outsiders. There's a festival in 3 days, of which Danica says, again.
Is this every 3 days?
Oh, no, just weekly. The festivals are but once a week. All will be well.
Are you performing in this festival?
No.
Why not?
This festival has an entirely different theme to it.
What is it?
It's the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Everybody
I'm
will
guessing we burned the
make
devil?
merry and praise the sun and try to entice it out.
Does it work?
That sounds like it'll be a letdown.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Smiling through the sadness.
Danica is kind of like come and leaned in on the bar now and gotten a little closer to your little cluster. And she says, "Yes, there's a bloody festival every fucking week. Unfortunately, the population has long since grown tired of this tradition. But, as they say, all will be well."
They forced you to party?
Yeah, bad days for bards.
Force is not such a thing. Let's just say enthusiastically encourage joviality and a good nature. The burgomaster is convinced that such behavior is the reason that the devil has not set foot in Vallaki in over a century. We are indeed blessed.
That.
While many
I'm sure there's another reason.
Well, if there is, I do not know what it would be. But if you'll excuse me, I'll pop back and see Erwin, my husband, and have him bring some of this delicious beet stew. You'll have to give us a few moments. It'll probably need freshening up.
Okay.
And she'll wander through the side door.
Family, we've done it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. We have to find out. I'm gonna just from the bar turn around and be like, so Irina, what's your plan from here?
She says, "Before I can turn any attentions to myself and my own well-being, we need to take care of these children. Unless you plan on dragging them all over Barovia with you, which I hardly think is to their best interests."
I think we found a perfect out. They'll join the carnival troupe.
No, we have to find their parents and where they're from.
That sounds impossible.
I think we could just ask them.
Maybe
that
don't
would
sell
be...
the children, yes.
Sell the children. So,
Well, we have
how
something-
much for the kids?
We have something. Wait, is Rictavio still by us or no?
He's spun around in his
right,
stool
right.
to kind of like pay attention to you, nursing his glass of red wine.
Never mind.
With a big smile on his face, like he's gleefully entertained by your presence.
I get that we're a welcome change of pace there. Yeah, I don't know. We should ask the children what they want firstly, and then do what we can to that end.
I don't think it's good to ask children what they want. They'll just say toys and candy.
No one asked what you want, so I'm gonna go talk to the children now. No, see what I did
Fine,
there?
but I'm right.
Yeah, you're also a child, so
Okay, Trip. So you want to go and sit down with the kids along with Seth,
Yep.
and Octavius, and Gemma standing there as well. Okay. Probably. Yeah, Irina's probably going to be hovering.
So you three have been through quite a lot. More than most people in a lifetime, and you have quite a lot of lifetime ahead.
They'll just kind of like look at you with a semi lack of understanding.
Sorry. Full marks for bravery, however, and I'm just gonna like pat the one kid closest on the shoulder, just be like, although your longing for knives is a bit frightful. You have families to go to, right?
I was taken from my mother and father in Barovia.
That's far away.
The little girl then pipes up. Our mummy and daddy were in Barovia too.
Oh boy.
They sold us to the old woman.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, what about you, little one?
I don't know. I was outside playing, and then this old lady come over to me and offered me some delicious pie. And I sat down and I ate the pie, and it was delicious. And the next thing I know, she asked me to hop in her sack. And I did. And then she tied it up. And then I think I was put on a cart, and I was in there forever and ever. And then all of a sudden, that big man over there cut the sack open and got me out and handed me a knife and told me to run away.
You know, this one might actually be a good fit for the circus. Perhaps we should take them. Maybe I don't know if there's an orphanage nearby.
Maybe the church. More what?
Ever
the
since
pie.
I ate the last one, I have so been craving the delicious pie.
No, there's never gonna be any more pie.
At nighttime, I have wonderful dreams about fairies and unicorns.
They were really good dreams.
They were.
Those are real creatures.
Yeah, now it's different dreams.
They were so fun. And the fairies flew me up into the air and put me on the back of a
listening to
pink
children's
fluffy unicorn, and we danced on rainbows.
Okay, you didn't actually answer our question about who your parents are.
At this point, the one doesn't know, the other two were sold. I don't think they're a viable option.
My father is Gershwick, and my mama is Zelda. They live in the town of Barovia. Where are we? I have not seen this place before.
Okay.
How would you like to live in a church or a carnival?
I think we'll start with the church, maybe.
I'd much prefer to go home to my mother and father.
Well,
wait, is this Knife Kid?
I think it's Knife Kid.
This one's Knife Kid. Yeah, Knife Kid possibly has good parents.
Knife Kid.
Possibly.
Unless the parents said, go take him while he's just playing over there.
Yeah, like sent him in the woods.
But he wouldn't have been coerced with a pie if that were the case.
Rictavio comes. Octavio, Rictavio. I'm going to get the names all muddled up now.
You got there.
Yeah. He kind of comes over and he says, if I may make a suggestion, there is St. Andrew's orphanage here in Vallaki. You could perhaps take them and drop them there.
How is their orphanage? Is good ratings or
ratings?
Like
I'm on Yelp.
Checked them on Yelp or Angie's List maybe.
I don't know much about that, I'm afraid, but The head mistress, Claudia Velasco, tends to take good care of the children. Keeps them in line, that's for sure.
That's what I was afraid of.
No, I don't think she ill-treats them, just being a single woman with so many young children to keep tabs on, she is just a bit of a disciplinarian, make sure that they tend their lessons and so forth, and don't go gallivanting off into the streets.
Oh, okay. That sounds good, right? Everyone, we should take them there.
And perhaps relay a message back to Barovia and leave that in the hands of the parents. We've already done them the service of saving the
Dear
child.
parents who sold their children.
Yeah,
Not
maybe
that.
maybe
Not
some
that.
of
They
them.
aren't learning. They aren't learning. They aren't gaining. They'll resell their child, slightly used, and discount price.
Discount kids.
Aside from that, I don't really have a better option. Anyone?
No, that works for me.
I think the orphanage is the right plan. Maybe a letter to Barovia to let them know that, hey, some old lady was buying your children and doing, pies with them.
Maybe just send a
Doing
message
pies with them.
back
Well, I don't want to say it in front of the children.
Well, I mean, we probably should send a note back to
the
Barovia,
Burgermeister anyways, yes.
but also to the guards here, let them know about the hag, right?
Yeah, she's
'Cause
still out there. She could
still
still
alive.
start this again. So we should let somebody know what was happening. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll include it in the report.
Rictavio, right? Is that your name?
Rictavio.
Rictavio.
It's a
Be
long
careful.
name sound, yeah.
Potato,
is-
potato.
There is a hag lady woman who's really a monster selling pies, and you don't want to eat the pies.
He goes, a monstrous hag? Here?
Yes.
In Barovia?
Well,
Good
there-
gracious me!
It was
what are
by
the odds?
I see you're being sarcastic at me. It's
I'm just joshing with you, my good friend.
well, there were 3, and we got 2 of them. And the third
And
ran away.
these hags, you say? Well, what did they look like?
Well, they were purple, blue, and
Well, they looked like old women first.
But then they
Yes.
changed
That is
to
correct.
reveal their haggish nature.
Are you writing a poem as we speak?
I'm always looking for inspiration.
if you could use it to warn the town,
I already have something writ up for it if you'd like it. I'm sure you could do better for it.
Well, as I said,
You
I'm
do?
not one for music, but I have a knack for poetry.
I
have-
struggle with subject to predicate kind of things, where I'll typically write more aloof as to what I'm actually talking about. And
hey, Trip, why don't you get up in front of these people and sing your song so they know what to look out for?
it would be inappropriate if I didn't ask the barmaid for at least first.
You hear like clinking of bowls. You notice that the woman that was tending bar, and a very large kind of burlish husband of hers has kind of like emerged with their bowls of soup. They are now steaming, and that there is plenty of bread to be had, fresh baked. The woman says, "Here you are. Here is the beet soup and some fresh bread. And this is my good husband and fellow proprietor, Erwin Martikov. It is a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Blue Water Inn. Please, as you ventured in so late, the food is on the house." Danica kind of like looks at him and says, "We are running an establishment for profit, do not forget, husband. That would have only been thrown out in the morning anyway. A few minutes over the fire. It will not be the best soup that you have had, but it is warm and hearty, and it is free. Take it with our good graces."
So, thank you so much.
He's going for the long game.
Now, Rictavio, what about this poems that you would promise to regale us with? Perhaps our friends would like to hear it. One of these amongst them is also a bard, a musician, I believe. I believe he was about to give us a rendition of a song first. So perhaps, he can perhaps regale you with a song, and then I can do a poem as an encore. Oh, that's going to be wonderful! Yes, excellent. What is your name, young fellow?
Trip.
Trip.
Like the verb, yes.
Listen up, we have a guest from out of town. His name is Trip, and he is going to play us a song. All will be well, everybody. All will be well. Music to lift the heart. It isn't a sad song, is it?
That's what I was about to say. It is very much a sad song about killing witches and children being ground into.
Is there anyone who sings a song, but in a more upbeat fashion?
I can try. It'll be improvised.
Let's do that.
Okay, give me a moment to mull it over.
My establishment with a dour look on their face.
Perhaps lead with the poem. Let me work out the chord changes now, and I'll be right back with that.
Oh, is that okay with you, Rictavio? Absolutely. I can go first if you wish. At which point he'll go and kind of like stand here in the foyer so that he can get the best acoustics for his voice. This ode is a poem about the long lost fanes of Barovia. Where is my lady, the maiden fair, with eyes like stars and raven hair? There she stands in a ring of stone, where she waits for me or thee alone. Through forests and glades and woods so deep, where truths are known and secrets keep, she begs a gift, and give I so, for never was there one so true. Where is my lady, the cunning and bold, whose wit does bite like winter's cold? There she stands in ring of stone, where she waits for me or thee alone. Through hill and mountain and highest peak, where storms roll strong and life is bleak, she begs a trial, and try I do, for never was there one so true. Where is my lady, playful and sly, with a laugh that's light and step that's spry? There she stands in the ring of stone, where she waits for me or thee alone. Through swamps and marsh and lonely bog, where death comes slow as creeping fog, she begs my heart, I die, I do, for never was there one so true. Oh, bravo, bravo! Thank you. And he says, yes,
I liked it.
Yes, nice.
I understand
I think
it
I
is
got it.
a tale of old that most would not understand, but some may. Of course it odes to history and events past. But maybe there are some elements of fortuity there. Anyway, if you're ready, my good friend, perhaps some music to lighten the mood.
Lighten. Mind not the words. Mark me not, dull pale glow, not the eye of night to know where now the shadows still yet grow. She waits to gather yet. Power 3, where have you gone? Should hell come and reclaim her crown? Let's say the bugs between the stone, the mother won't forget. The wretch in shadows, gnashing teeth, the bones of innocent, bitterly sweet. Children for children, 2 now for 5. Keep your eyes open to keep on alive. If memory serves you, it serves you in kind. Blood has no curfew where hatred resides. Children for children, 2 now for 5. Keep your eyes open to keep on alive.
Bravo! Bravo! Well, yes, that was certainly enlightening and uplifting.
Yes, absolutely. Everything will be fine.
All will be well. All will be well.
That's how it is. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm acclimating.
Now, before the night gets too, or should I say the dew gets too much younger, did I hear that you requested a room here at my fine establishment?
Yes.
Yes, several,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, as many as you can afford, that so we can all rest.
No,
comfortably.
it is as many as you can afford. We have a common room which has 4 beds, some other rooms that have 2.
Wait, it was 4 or 2. We could probably just do 4 beds.
Well,
Trip.
Well, I'm just trying to save a little bit of money. Maybe buy myself a new
Yep.
shirt later. It's a little.
I think we all just need a good night's sleep, Trip, and maybe a shirt could be later.
Mm,
Yeah, Trip. There are 9 of us.
Yeah, I
Here.
think
Oh.
we're gonna need. We're
Yeah.
gonna
4 beds, probably not.
yeah, but the Litlands are so little, and that counts as 1. And then we have another one of our own who's also quite small, and they could probably all fit in 1.
I'm sorry, I'm not. You're suggesting I bunk up with other children.
I've never heard yourself refer to yourself as a child before.
That
Okay, look,
doesn't
you
help.
you insinuated.
We're all getting our own beds. Everyone, we're done shopping for clothes, so we're just right now we're gonna focus on the beds, comfortable for everyone.
Hmm.
Okay,
Fine.
thank you.
so, the room of 4 and 3 of the other rooms, is that what you wish?
Yes, right.
Yes, however
Very
the
well,
math
it will
works
be
out.
9 silver pieces. I will have my sons lead you up the stairs. Brom, Bray, come hither! And 2 kind of like young kids come out. One's about 11 years old, the other one a bit younger, about 7. There's, we have guests this evening, Brom. Show these individuals to their rooms, and once they are comfortable, then escort them back downstairs, unless, of course, they're ready to sleep. The 2 kids kind of like come over to you. Your rooms are this way. Follow me. And
Okay.
unless you have any other business, they are going to lead you up these stairs to rooms.
Can we take our food with us as we leave? I mean,
Yeah, if you want.
sure. So that I just do. I take my soup and my bread and
Okay.
follow the kids upstairs.
Yeah.
So they'll
Up we
take
go.
you upstairs
Yep.
to the upper landing. As you're kind of going up, Rictavia will be like, "Are you turning in?"
Is it late? How
I mean,
is
it's
it?
the early
We've
wee
been
hours
going
of the
all
morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yes. My eyes are heavy. Like I could rally if I need to.
No, perhaps we'll meet up in the morning before you venture out. Get yourself some rest.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Rest. Good idea.
Sweet dreams, children. As he kind of like watches the kids file past him. Okay. Yeah, I can put you upstairs then. Let's see if I can get.
I want to be like, I need to speak with everyone. Might we meet in a room quickly?
The big one. Yeah.
Yes, let's get.
Big one!
Meet in the
Big one!
room. Big room. Big room.
I call
Okay.
big room.
If I can get all of you in one go. Yay, okay. All right.
Bless you.
Was that a sneeze?
Wasn't that a sneeze?
I thought
Was it
someone
a
stubbed their
sneeze?
toe.
I just heard.
It was. I couldn't tell what it was.
Alrighty. Irina will kind of tuck all the kids in and get them into bed. Not you. Okay. Alrighty. Yep, you're all upstairs in the room. It's a lot quieter up here. What do you want to do?
All right, so hopefully it's very obvious why I want to meet with everybody. And I'm just gonna like in my little super conceited way, just look around. It's obvious, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
Of
why
course.
don't you tell us so we know that we think the same thing that you think is so obvious?
Well, we figured out a clue to one of the cars.
Of course, yes.
Dad, why don't you explain it?
Yeah, we found the clue that has to do with the lost kid.
Yes.
One.
Yeah, she's right there, right? The girl.
We found one. That.
Yeah.
So that's it, obviously. So we got that figured out.
Yeah, a wandering child who's left her
Yeah,
home,
we
who
just
walks
keep-
dark halls.
If we keep finding all the kids, eventually one of them is the one that's supposed to help us, right? That's gotta
Yeah.
be.
Gonna like
Yeah. The innocence will be our key to evil's eventual fall. Find this child, they will help us. See, I
Yes.
remembered that.
Oh my god.
Did
this is
Did your
not
daddy get it right there, Joe?
No, it's very wrong.
Oh,
So that's
Any of my
not
siblings want to explain it?
I would, but it's quite late and grow weary.
All right, for everyone who didn't listen down there.
I did listen. I listened to what you
Okay,
told me
sure.
to listen to.
Well, the
Listen to every
clue
word.
is the one trip that you're in charge of. And if you recall, it says, look where the wizard stands alongside the red dragon and sand encased by wood. I mean, it's clearly obvious. It's the superior red dragon crushed the wine. The wizard that stamps and mashes the wine berries. And I think we
The
need to get
magic
his
of the
home.
brewing process,
And,
perhaps. Oh,
Get it now,
So-
everyone?
so it's not
Sorry,
an
I was a
actual
little
dragon, of course.
preoccupied.
Got it.
The key changes and all. That was not how that song's supposed to go.
Oh,
The
I thought
wine
it was
shipment hasn't
quite
come in
lovely,
a week,
brother.
so we volunteer to go check on the wine shipment, and we will go to this place. We will see
Okay.
if this is a red herring or if this is indeed a clue, but it seems like it might be.
Oh, it's a red wine.
So Gemma,
Yes.
A red dragon.
do I have to go because I
Oh,
found the
red.
child? As I
Okay,
said.
that is not the right child.
How do you
yes,
know?
also have to go.
How do you know it's not the right child?
They did not leave their home wandering dark halls. These
Well,
children were taken and snatched.
Into a
Well,
dark
the
hall.
The one might have.
No, none of them. 2 were sold and 1 was snatched and put in a bag.
Okay.
Yeah, if Bag Snatch Child is the thing that's going to help us here, no, it isn't.
So
So
I
we
did-
find the wine.
so I still have to look for a child.
Yes, you still need to look for the
Okay,
child.
now that
Pay attention.
you've solved Trips, can
No, I
Trip
don't- no,
take
I've
over
solved it.
mine?
It's just a
No.
clue. We have to go investigate.
Well, now Trip is nothing to look for. You
But
know.
we still have to get the thing, right? We need an
Yes.
item before
It's
we
a,
can.
it's a tomb of knowledge.
Okay,
It's
so
a-
he's still in charge of that until he
You know.
till he gets it. But everybody stay sharp on your own.
I still
Just
don't
like I
understand
was.
why. I mean, no offense, Trip, but why is Trip looking for the Tome of Knowledge when you're the one who reads?
Well, because Trip
Well, no,
volunteered before
we-
I could volunteer for that one.
Also, we agreed that if the 5th card is the last card, we're all gonna have solved the other cards, so we could all collaborate on that. So it's more fitting that the smartest person among us, the most, astute observer and thinker of, you solve magic puzzles all the time. I see you do it. It's like your fun thing you do. Anyways, she thinks the most, so she'd be looking over all of them all along in case I was, I don't know,
Right, and pretending
factoring
like
in,
none of you are
transitions and things.
looking at these.
Well,
Well, I mean, I said I found the child. You just aren't listening. You don't agree with me. You don't believe me.
what was that other guy's
It's
poem
incorrect.
about? I did not listen at all.
So-
I thought you would be the one that would listen to that.
I was busy.
Yeah, he was writing that really confusing song. I don't know if I'm supposed to
I
feel
was
good
thinking
or
about
bad.
the clues. I don't know who else listened to it.
And Trip, you didn't even sing about our victory over them. We
No, I
killed
brought up,
two of them.
yeah, that's what the whole song is about. We killed 2 of them. There's still one out there trying to kill us.
yeah, but I didn't get that we were heroic in that song. I didn't understand. I mean, I guess I just didn't
Yeah,
understand
no,
the
I was
song.
trying to write it more to the tune of Barovia, which
It was a
in my
very good
experiences,
song. It was very good. You did a great job.
But I didn't. I mean, I punched a butt. I mean,
Yeah, I'll add that one to Boulder of Scarrow if it makes you feel better. That the Boulder.
but we weren't
punches
in
butts.
Scarrow when that happened.
But you're still the Boulder, and that's just
Maybe try a few more power chords in one of them.
Look, this thing doesn't have the hookup right now. I'm working on it.
Okay, so
Just a good,
What I'm trying to say is tomorrow morning
You
we
listen
will,
to Gent?
we will express our concern
That's
for the
DJ
wine.
real weird time
Well,
signature stuff,
boys,
man. It'll blow
boys.
your mind.
Trevor's trying to
they're
solve
not
the puzzle. I'm sorry, boys. You can talk about your rock music
Sorry.
later. Okay, let's listen to your sister. She's trying to solve the mystery to get us
Just
out of
trying
here
to get
alive.
everybody out of this god-forsaken place.
Yes, I know. Good job,
Fine.
Gemma.
We'll
Okay,
volunteer to go figure out why the wine shipment hasn't come in. They will give us directions to the place, and that's where we go tomorrow.
Well, we
Without these
dropped-
kids, please.
yes, we'll drop off
Are,
the kids.
are the kids listening to us, or are they sleeping?
They're
They're
asleep by now.
Okay.
Those kids have been on their feet. I mean, between being terrified, scared silly, malnutritioned, and then frog marched an entire day and night, they are done.
That's fair.
And is Arena listening to us? I mean, does she?
She's just
No,
leaning up
she's
against
just
the
right
wall,
there.
kind of like just. She's not. I mean, she's listening, but it's more kind of like a half-assed listening. Like she's not poignantly making attention to what you're doing.
Okay.
You're just kind of sitting there, leaning against the wall, kind of taking a brief respite.
So I'm gonna turn to her and say, where exactly do we have to deliver you?
Deliver me?
I mean,
I-
what
You
you're
already have.
I'm not a thing.
no, but you know what I meant. I mean, your brother wanted us to escort you here.
My brother wanted me to be here because he believed it to be safe. He did mention something about I should go to the church. After all, I do believe that something about the devil would not step foot on consecrated ground.
Do you need us to take you there? I mean, you are more than capable. I don't mean to offend if that's what I'm doing. It's late and I'm tired, so
no.
I apologize.
I'm sure I can find the church by myself tomorrow. You have done quite enough.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you for getting me this far. I'm sure my brother will be most grateful for your efforts.
So we could send a raven or message to him somehow. Is there a way?
Send a raven might be a little bit racist here.
No, they have like mail carts that kind of like run, but they don't run frequently.
Okay. All right.
I'll write up about everything that happened and have it sent out. At the very least, it'll be peace of mind for him. Yes.
Okay, well, you have a room here And you have a room here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Gemma and be like, "Is that all?" Because I'm exhausted.
That's it. Yep.
Good night.
Thank you for half listening.
That's more than I usually get, Gemma.
Pick your rooms. Irina's going to sleep at the end of the bed with these kids.
You kids gonna stay in here, or?
We got, what, 2 other rooms or so?
Mm-hmm.
With 2 beds each, so...
Well,
something we all
good night,
fit in.
everyone.
All
I'm
right.
going to this one.
It's funny
Can I?
because he just went through the wall.
Oh, is that a wall?
Where are you
Where's the other
going?
door?
Somebody, yeah, that.
Over
So
by me.
if you wander in that room,
Yeah, I would. Do we have this room?
No.
you do not. That is a room that has a
No.
single, and clearly somebody.
The door was up here.
Yeah, where'd you go?
He teleported.
This is a wall.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get you. So no, I would not wander in that room then.
Okay.
Please don't. I'm trying to
Yeah, so
commit
you'll
any
be kind of
crimes.
more over this side. There's a room here, and then there's this room here.
Got it. There's another room? Well, I'd go up to the one that's empty.
Okay.
Is there any
course you
more
will.
rooms?
I'm
or is
gonna
that it?
follow him. Yeah.
You've got
get up
2
there.
more beds.
In bed I go.
I'm gonna take the one across. I'm sitting down there.
Then
with
I guess,
2
Douglas, you're in with
glasses
Seth.
of mead.
More
Yeah,
snoring
baby.
for you.
Well, I'm gonna kiss my boys goodnight first. Hold on. Mwah, mwah.
Aww.
Okay,
Aw.
just make sure you're
What?
nice and. I'm coming back to tuck you in and tell you did a great job.
So as soon as our door
He's like
closes,
20 years old.
as soon as our door closes, I'm gonna take
They're
the
still my
2
babies. They always will be.
That's right.
As soon as our door closes, I'm gonna take the 2 meads that I had back out, and I'm gonna put one on the little bed stand there and slide it across to him and just be like, "Cheers, buddy."
Oh, he would take a little nip. He would take a little nip.
Hey, you'll sleep good.
Yeah. He doesn't like it at all. Hates it,
It's
actually.
mead. It's really sweet. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but still does that little burnt. Nah.
Okay.
Not a fan. Not a fan. But
Okay.
he wouldn't let you know. I at least try
Yeah.
to hide
Yeah,
it as
yeah.
much as he could.
Okay.
I'm just basically going to like spend the night kind of running through my head out loud a little bit. Everyone's on just like, and then the one I thought went into like a hatch or something, but then it was upstairs. Just kind of like going through it and then being like, and then you like kicked all kinds of ass.
Okay.
Basically
I'm gonna
just
tell-
talking him up all night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Irina she can have that bed, so she doesn't have to sleep on the end of it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give Gemma a sweet little kiss on her forehead and tell her how proud I am of her
And then
for
go.
figuring out the first puzzle. She's the smartest one, but don't tell your brothers that I said that.
I might tell them.
Okay. Do you want Whiskey to stay with you, hon, or you want me
Yeah.
to take him?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, he's gonna curl up on the bed with you, and then I'll go find where is Seth's room. I don't know where that is. Oh, there it is. Okay. And then I'm going to pass right out.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, I'm already passed out. My
Yeah, I figured
leg is
snoring.
off the bed. The sheets are all bundled up around my other leg. I
Hmm.
toss and turn.
Okay, yeah, I mean, everybody, good, cozy, comfortable inn with their past adventures and escapades. It's a much welcome rest. No one will probably wake up too early, but once a lot of people start getting in the inn in the morning, I mean, there's like a huge balcony that overlooks it, so noise does tend to travel up. So eventually everyone will be kind of woken up. I will go ahead and grab all of you in a little group and move you to where you will be. I'll move these people first. And then I'll get you guys. Just going to cluster you together because it's easier to move you all from map to map in one little group. Okie dokie. By the time you guys get down there, the inn is already pretty well bustling. A lot of people are well on their way through a large, delicious breakfast, and delicious smells assail your nostrils as you come down the stairs. Let me see here, and there we go. Okay. So yeah, once you get down there, you can see that the two patrons, Danica and her husband Erwin, and the kids are feverishly putting breakfast plates on people's tables and serving up eggs, mutton, bread, all that stuff, kind of bacon, all that kind of thing, and just lots and lots of people tucking into lots and lots of food. As soon as you come down, Rictavio is finishing up his meal. Waves at you. Ah! Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
May I join you at your table? Perhaps buy you breakfast?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Get the kids off the table. Bloody heathens!
I'll move out of the way and give Octavius space. Here you go,
Thank
little guy.
you.
Get up in there.
No, he'll just pull it. He'll pull a chair up. That's okay.
Yeah. Dork.
Okay. Yep. You all gather around. He says, so I know you were tired last night, so I didn't really want to burden you with too many questions, but where are you from exactly? And you notice he's kind of gotten real close to the table and has lowered his voice quite significantly.
If he's saying it that way, I'm gonna pick up what he's actually putting down here. It's, Arconis,
I see.
kind of around the Corthan area, or Kanduin, and
And how did you find yourself here?
we followed a Vistani through some mists.
So it wasn't a deliberate thing, then? You found yourself here by happen chance.
To our
Seem to be an
knowledge,
expert.
yes. Well, some of the Vistani we've encountered seem to believe it's fate.
May the DM Dragon! Thank you, my friend. Take your pants off, hit the height. Ooh,
Yes,
much
I'll-
love. He says, yes, and am I... As he kind of leans halfway across the table to where Octavius is sitting. He says, you're a halfling, aren't you?
Yes.
Blend in very well, of course.
Oh, that's the first time I think I've ever heard that in my life.
Well, you must have noticed. Have you seen anything other than humans here? Other than myself, of course.
Well, I've seen
And he kind of like
wolves.
flicks his ear.
I've seen wolves. I've seen vampires.
I mean,
I see.
other than the sentient.
We saw
Now that you mention it,
No elves?
No.
Although there are a few. But not the kind that you would have stumbled across back in Arconis. Tell me, how fares Kanduin these days?
how
It's been a
fair
long
is it?
time since I've been there.
How fair is it?
How fares it? How?
How
does
fair is it?
how
Yes,
does
yes,
it
yes.
fare?
Good.
There was a how long ago would you say it's been? You know about the war, and then
War?
the Pikithyanki, and then there was like a whole like,
I do not know.
and then there was like dragon fire and like doom stuff
I
going on in a field, and
I have
everybody
been here
else.
in
But that was like
Barovia
that was over in Iridian area,
for
and then
a long time. I'm afraid current affairs would be way past and off in the distance for me. But over breakfast, I would love to hear of my homeland and how things are. Tell me, the young king, how is he faring?
which young king?
King Marcus Aurelian III.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to roll knowledge on this one. I have not been keeping up.
Shagget should know. And
he's
Jane
still
should know.
alive?
Yeah, he's alive, but he's old.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, he's an old guy.
He was younger when Rictavio was there, but
Yeah. He is fully grown. He's quite old now.
And his son Mark, his son is taking over more, right? Is that the deal?
Well, that depends if that's what you want to tell him or not. His son's dead.
Well, that's right, his son's dead. And what about Reza?
He has an illegitimate half-elven daughter now, yeah.
Yeah.
How much of that do we know?
Well, that's the thing. Like, would Seth? Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. You
Trick
know what
might-
you know as players, but you decide what you think your characters would know. That is the royal family of all of Arconis, so I think it's fair to assume you know the basics.
Okay.
It was probably it would have probably been a pretty big proclamation when the king's heir to the throne was killed in the war. And probably, if not publicly made viable, the rumor mill would have certainly spoken of his illegitimate half-elven daughter.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Yeah. So Seth is gonna like lean forward and be like, "There's a new illegitimate member of the royal family of your ilk."
of your ilk, yes. It's all very exciting for
Oh, wonderful.
those with an open mind.
Well, I suppose. How's that going?
Um,
Is it a scandal, or is she well received?
Well, the people in the taverns have really only made fun of her, really.
one of the ones she didn't get to. From what I've
suppose
heard.
that's to be expected to some degree.
But it is a step.
Well, how long have you been here? May I ask?
Nearly 3 days. No.
It's been what, like 2 weeks?
Not even that long. A week, maybe?
A week and then some days. So.
Yeah. Between a week and 2 weeks is a fair assumption.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. He says, it's an accursed place. You know this, don't you? I don't
Say it
envy
with a smile.
Oh, absolutely. All will be well, as it were. Keep up the facade, along with every other individual that lives in Villaki. It's true, from what I hear, that Strahd has not stepped foot here in over a century, but much like I think I overheard you, my dear, say yesterday, I too have my doubts that it has anything to do with fake smiles and half-canned laughter.
Right.
I will
have a feeling
caution
he's
you, however.
Choosing it.
If you're going to stay here in Villaki, which, to be honest, out of anywhere is just as good a place as any, at least the walls keep out much of the undesirable entities that wander the woods. But they're not kidding when they talk about how strict they are on law. The current burgomaster's hanging on to his rule by a thread. there are rumors that there's somebody vying to usurp him from within, although I don't know particularly who it is at this point. I can also tell you that, well, it's not, He kind of like stops and looks to make sure nobody is trying to eavesdrop. The guards here are average, mediocre at best. But the captain of the guard, far from it. He has a strange mutated arm. And, a vicious axe that he wields all too freely. Try to stay on the right side of him. Or avoid him at all altogether. Probably better. His name is Ezek, and he works exclusively for the Baron. Baron Vargas Valakovich. He is the one that insists on these absurd festivals and makes sure everybody has a smile on their face, as it were. But, have you decided you're happy to stay here? You're gonna settle your lot here in Barovia? Or have you, aspersions to do something different?
We seek to do more than just give up. We want to help the people here. We heard about some wine shipment that isn't coming in. Maybe we could go investigate that, do some good for the community.
Well, I don't know if you're aware or not, but, Erwin Martikov, it's actually his family, the Martikov family, that owns the winery. The Wizard of Wines, they call it.
That's...
You don't say.
Wow.
It's You've been given a bit of a premonition that seems to fit. Gemma, you're smart. You can have this
Thank you.
one.
Why are they called the Wizard of Wine? Who is it again?
Well, did you perhaps hear my poem that I said last night? Did you pay any attention to it? I know it was late and you were all very tired.
Boy, I was tired. Seemed good.
Suppose that part with us waiting in the circle.
Well, yes, there's that, but you see, this land, once upon a time, was ruled by the Fanes. Sort of like
Right.
Fae-like goddesses, I suppose, before the Dark Powers came.
Right.
They have long since, let's just say, been removed from power. But in their day, they did many things to bless the land, and rumor has it that one of those blessings was bestowed upon the lands where the vineyards currently reside. They have fine wines, but of late, wine has not been flowing from there at all. You see, about a decade ago, their most popular wine was actually a champagne. It was known as Champagne de la Stomp.
Ooh.
That, for some reason, the grapes that grew that particular wine haven't grown on the land for over a decade. And then there's the more common purple grape mash. Number 3, I think, is the current version, but and then the superior Red Dragon Crush. But they're the only two that have recently been produced, and even they have dried up. When you live in a place such as accursed as this, a lack of wine is quite a terrible thing. I dare say your idea of solving the wine problem could be of great boon to the town.
Right, everybody loves a good wine. What was the name of the family that owns
The
Red
Martikovs.
At the Mutterhouse, yeah.
As I said, the owner here is Erwin Martikov. Incredibly nice gentleman, and as is his wife.
Ah.
Kind folk through and through.
We appreciate the insight on that. We'd love to help out.
Not at all, and you obviously have business at the orphanage this morning. And, did I hear something about you were going to the Church of St. Andrew as well?
I'll just look at Irina and see if
she'll
she's,
just kind of say, yes, that is a place that I intend to visit later today. It's such a shame what happened there.
Ominous.
Being it's a church matter, probably shouldn't say.
No, it's fine to tell us we're outsiders.
True, but Father Lucian might not approve. Of course, if he's happy to tell you himself, then that's on him. If you're going there anyway.
Perhaps we'll ask. Is it okay? Are you sure you don't want to? Should we not go there?
No, it's fine to go to the church. Of all the places to go in Vallaki, if you're outsiders, I'd say it doesn't hurt to get a blessing from the church, and, well, this is a safer haven as you're going to find.
Right.
But, yes, if there's anything else I can do to help you or tell you, I actually finished another poem last night, but, it's not one I can recite in Vallaki.
I have a terrible secret. I'm literate.
Well, haven't written it down. I forge these things in my head, you know.
Couldn't be me. I'm gonna hold up my little book of all of the things I know.
But as outsiders, it might be of interest to you. Wisdom would have to be said in very quiet company. After all, I don't want to be accused of breaking the law.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Perhaps, I'm just trying to think of a good place. I mean, we could go back to a room for a minute.
We could, but if we're all gonna, after a good breakfast, we could have a good constitutional and, freshen up by the well, say in 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
If you'll excuse me.
Sure. Yeah.
And with that, he'll go up to the bar, sling some coin on the table, and say, our new friends, breakfast is on me, Unwin. Here you go. And he puts the coins down. He says, oh, very kind. You should not have. But times are hard, so I appreciate it. Not at all, not at all. And, they're very interesting folk, Erwin. You should talk to them. And then he kind of looks back at you and gives you a nod and a wink. And then he, good day. And he wanders out the door.
Feels good.
I always get
being
confused
right.
on the winking thing. Does that mean he's... Because that's...
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Say no more.
I think it was meant as a friendly gesture.
Oh, thank you. I was confused.
No problem.
I don't want to break the heart of the only friend we have here so far.
Well,
Normally, I run out of the town when that happens, and here you die when you do that.
Yes, or get our hands chopped off or something.
No, foot.
Ah,
You get defooted.
It's like a law of the land. You lose your foot. We actually murdered some
There are a
So
lot of...
dogs thing.
You are sentenced to hopping for the rest of your life.
So, are we gonna go meet him at the wheel in 5 minutes, or we eat our food first?
I mean, I assume you've been eating while he was talking.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, okay. All right, shall we see what he has to say?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's going to ambush us.
You all go outside. Ha ha! Oh.
You're wrong! Yeah, I'll just walk out with a piece of bread.
Same.
Right. Irina will usher the kids out and tell them that they're not to worry, that she's going to have them all to somewhere safe in just a little while, and then their parents will be contacted, maybe. Okay. Gemma and is Gemma and Octavia staying in, or are you just...
I'll go out.
Okay.
No, we're going with them too.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and move yourselves then.
Oh, gotcha.
Sure.
So I know where you all are. Okay. Once you're outside, Octavio kind of looks at you and he says, "Yes, if you ever find you have an interest in learning more about the Fanes, come and talk to me again and I'll recite that poem for you again. But there's another poem that I'm working on that I think might be of value to you. I call it the Ballad of Strahd von Sorovich."
It's illegal here.
He says, "Oh, upon the rock and mountain dwells he who covets love. The wolf and raven lord below, but Strahd is lord above. The maidens three now gone from here, took with them light and hope. Now salvation hangs but on a thread of frayed and twisted rope. The sun it hides in fear and shame from this land now cursed to be, forever bathed in shadows and swims in misery. Least this land doth find its fanes restored to glory from decay. The powers three 'twas seized by he returned not to the Fae. The morning lord has all but faded far from healing light. His power wanes in these sad lands, and trapped was Mother Night. A score and one dark powers dwell, the shadows they still cast. Powers old, for price of soul, till death their gifts doth last. Oh, upon the rock and mountain dwelled he who covets love, the wolf and raven lord below, but Strahd is lord above." And then he just kind of looks at you with a...
Yes,
Thank you.
of course.
Seth has a very confused look on his face.
So does Doug. We're both like, yeah.
"Oh, yeah, I get it."
Seth is like,
You'll have to forgive my lack of lore. The Wolf and Raven, is that a club? Is that...
No,
It's a new hip restaurant for sure.
But surely you have seen the quantity of ravens.
Oh?
He says, "Look." And he kind of just glances up to the top of the the inn, and there's at least a dozen perched up there. And, the fact that wolves roam the woods as readily as rabbits? It's...
Are they messengers for him?
Some say that wolves and bats and rats and vermin, even spiders, spy for the devil. But rovens are supposed to be of a more goodly portent.
Interesting.
But they were outside the windmill when the hags were there, and they didn't help us.
They were trying to scare us off, I think.
Well, they were just cawing. I mean, that's what they do.
No, they were swooping down at us. Like,
Were they? Oh,
yeah, they were like attacking us.
They were like dive bombing you when you were trying to go inside
Mhm.
inside the.
Oh, yeah. I totally
Note
forgot
to
about that.
self: listen to ravens more, maybe.
Oh,
Interesting.
You
Oh,
know there's only one way to leave here, don't you?
with his blessing.
Which will never be given. Leaving only one way that rests in hands of those that choose to enact upon it.
We
Like
have
Gampy.
been made aware.
Being one that wanders and, just a lowly carnival worker such as myself, thus that I've been here a full month with no troop, but I hear things and learn things and keep my ear to the tavern, as it were. My poems are far more than just art. They carry a portent, a truth. Have any of you ever encountered the undead before? Do any of you have knowledge of the undead?
Yes, absolutely.
In particular, creatures of the night, vampires.
Now
Okay,
we're talking.
Octavius.
Now we're talking my language here.
Fortunately, yes.
Poems and songs.
How many vampires do you know that have the power to draw a mist around hundreds of miles? How many do you know that command the very weather, can block out the sun? Strahd von Zorovich is no ordinary vampire. He possesses the power that he stole from the three Fanes. If you wish to stand the slightest ounce of a chance against Strahd von Zorovich, you're going to have to do your best to remove those gifts from him. At least then, you'll be fighting against the greatest vampire to have ever lived. And not a proverbial god.
Sounds like an impossible task, but it's one we are going to go after.
He was able to trick the Fanes into gifting him or leasing him their powers. But as each power had a ritual to allow it to be taken away, I'm certain of it that each power has a ritual that will allow it to be restored. Find how to restore the three powers. Bring back the three Fanes. Then perhaps those that are brave enough to rise and raise a fist against him might not fall so foolishly as Mordenkainen did, and the various mobs that have tried before.
Well, I mean, we have plenty of foolhardiness. We just looks like we need the rest. We have a pretty good lead here with the winery.
I believe we are up for this challenge, family.
As well, restoring the flow of wine would be of a kindness and certainly assist in the bolstering of morale. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to help you deal with Strahd von Sarovich, though.
We have that quite in hand.
I see.
Yeah, can I talk to my family alone for a second?
Of course. I'll go and tell young Miss Irina where the orphanage is. Give her directions.
Thank you.
I have one question really quick. Sorry, I just there was in our first misadventure about Barovia, there was a house full of not so nice things, but in it there was a cult chanting, "He is the ancient, he is the land." Does that mean anything to you?
You're saying that to him before he leaves?
Yeah.
Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. He has dominion and power over the land because he has the power of the three Fanes.
Okay. So, isn't in regard to one of the Fanes. Okay, I was just clearing that up. Makes more sense in the context now. I think I finally understand what was happening there. That's really sad. Okay.
So after he leaves, I'm just going to
I just noticed the entire time I've had the friggin' map in the inn and not with you guys outside. Sorry, chat. Sometimes a lot to keep up with.
So I'm just going to look at everybody in turn and say, we're in over our head, right? I mean, with this.
I do not believe we have any other choice. Even if we are, I don't think there's anything else we can do to escape this damned place. Sorry.
I mean,
I look at that dog like, oh, sorry.
Easy.
It's. I'm talking about I wasn't using the curse word.
I know. Just don't get used to it, though. I'm saying. Just remember, when we get back home, that we're not talking like this anymore. Go on.
We'll see about that, Father.
Okay. Go on.
All right.
So you guys are all up for trying to strip a god of his powers and getting out of here. This is normal. Huh?
I don't really
I
see
might
any
take
other
some
way around it.
convincing. I might take some convincing, but I'm not saying no.
Sounds kind of cool to me.
We're not up for anything. we have to do it.
Trip, imagine the content you could use that to make songs with.
Brother, do we have to do it? I mean, really?
Well,
how else are we going to get out of here?
Well, I mean, where would we
we're in
just
over
stay in Vallaki and live our lives, and he could sing songs, and I could punch people.
No, we
become a guard, you know.
I miss Mom personally.
Yes,
do you really?
Miss Mom, a lot.
Yeah. You know how we would disappear for weeks at a time,
like
and I'd
the
be
bloody
like, time to go home.
Yeah, the sister-in-law.
I would love to see my wife again. It's pretty lonely out here.
I mean, she was kind of much, brother. Just
Excuse me?
But that was the best part. Where do you think I get all of my angsty lyricism from?
Yes, she's a firecracker. I love that about her.
And she was
Imagine
nice.
how mad she's going to be if she hears we gave up.
Well, it's not giving up. It's just This place has
If we
walls
give up
and
shield,
guards and probably real places we could have a home,
knowing the family history, if we give up, she'll be here next. Our souls will slowly dim, and we'll be damned verb to Sepulus
Thank you.
Thank you.
forever. Souls don't escape.
We have a plan, and we're gonna get us home. That's the plan. It's the only plan. We can't just live here. You see what this place is like. You think this is a safe
You would
place?
have to be happy all the time, and that's not me.
Happy, 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 joy, joy, joy.
Yeah, it's not exactly a peaceful place. So I, want out.
I mean, like, our Conus is not technically peaceful either, or else I would have not had my job for several years.
Okay, so Seth, are you saying you like it here and you want to stay?
I'm just saying there are guards here. I could become a guard. We could find a house that's not full of corpses that try to eat us. And, we could try not to fight a god vampire.
Something tells me if you met the captain of the guard, we might change our minds on that sentiment.
Obviously, we're going to do whatever you want. Doug, I just want you to know that you are relying upon your children to solve this problem for us.
Yes, what better spooky children than these to help us beat a spooky monster man?
Imagine how much it'll bring us together as a family.
This is
right
the
Oh, that's
only
what
way.
you want now, Gemma. Okay.
That's what Gemma's always wanted. Where have
That's
you been?
not what. Well, I've been
That's right,
around.
We face certain destruction as a family, and for those last few seconds, we'll be bonding.
This isn't the family vacation I had in mind for us, but this is the one we have, and we're gonna do it, and then we're gonna get home, and we'll sing songs about it, Trip, and we'll write spooky books about it, maybe, Gemma. I don't know.
That's not how magic works. The books aren't
Right,
spooky.
right.
Well, she
Even
does
Clark
the thing-
W. Griswold to think your vacation shit.
Look, Seth, we are in over our heads, but that means we need to swim.
What?
I'm using your meta. It's a play on words where we will drown if we don't. We're trapped here, whether or not we like it. We don't want to be trapped.
We are
here.
trapped here.
Yes.
All these
and
people are trapped here.
There's one clear solution we have, and we have a lot of information towards where we can. So, yeah, we'll do it when we're ready, but I feel like it's something we kind of have to do.
Okay. Yeah.
And like, worst comes to worst, do that thing where you kind of like fake, like, oh no, you hit me too hard, and then like, That's always my favorite one to do that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Seth, if you want to stay here and live your life in this weird, creepy, stuck world, then you go ahead. I can't stop you. I just wish you would come with us.
It's not Irina, is it? She's too good for you.
No,
Come on.
It's not Irina. I just this we're gonna win kind of thing that you guys are all believing. I've learned getting into mini fights, you don't always win, and I guess I'm thinking, are you guys ready for that?
Well, so far I've never lost a fight. So,
I mean, you did get eaten at one time.
but I thrived, didn't I?
Well, yeah, but you did kind of get eaten, though.
But I didn't lose the fight.
Trip. He was also almost thrown over a balcony by a magical.
Yet here I stand, a pillar.
Yep, he's
sign
a
of
fighter.
I am indeed.
That is not how. No, he didn't get thrown over the balcony because I stopped it.
Okay, so all the more reason for you to continue with us. And
I will. I mean, you're my
stopping
family.
son
Of course
from
I
being
will.
thrown.
I just think we should be realistic here.
We do need to take a moment and realize that there is a real good chance that some of us might not make it home.
You mean in the same carriage?
No, I'm sorry. Say it with a smile. some of us might not make it home.
I will not accept that.
Yes, your lack of confidence is quite disturbing, family.
You two
I
little
plan
negative
on making it
Nancy's
home.
wanna go on that route. That's fine. You do that, but we are
No,
going to get
I'm
through
not
this.
suggesting that be the case. I'm simply acknowledging it as a possibility. We've been bathed in death since the moment we stepped foot here.
And yet here we are, still
Right.
still
And
good.
we'll continue to try to make that the case. But if something were to happen to one of us, would we keep fighting?
Or would we join that magical ghostly parade in Barovia?
But then you can join our grandfather,
Yeah.
Grandpa Amos.
Yeah. We can be
The
next to
worst
Amos.
possible reunion ever. He can't even bring the cookies. He can't even bring the cookies.
We can do this, Seth. We have to.
Okay. I'll punch whatever I can punch for you.
Can we put something on those so they hit harder? Is that like a thing you can do? Like, I'm just speaking logistically. I know it might slow down your fists, but like,
Seth
if
will
you
be up there
punch
with
it, like,
Strahd. You're so bad.
pops it,
You're
you
so
know?
bad.
You're so bad.
Oh my god.
Is that all you got?
Give a little rope-a-dope action to him.
Would that be a thing you could do? Seth? I mean, you've never had to fight so mortally up until recent. Your fighting style is very much, knock the other guy out and then, get his money. So I'm just wondering
That's
if
part
there's
of
a
the
way we
tactic.
can turn up the lethality of that.
I think I've done just as well as everyone else here.
Yes, but you've also hit a slump where you felt you couldn't punch hard enough or something, and I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, because we're fighting things that aren't alive.
Right.
So maybe something that helps you kind of hit unalive things.
Oh, I'll
would
put
be-
on this bladed glove and punch a ghost.
Cool.
Yes, that'll work.
That sounds amazing. Could you?
That sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
do that.
Will
would be-
that
Can you
pay?
do that?
Would
Yeah,
that
do
work?
that.
Would that? I'm checking with Octavius. Like, would that work? Is there like a special type of metal we need?
Oh, Octavius is way away from you by now. He's up here having a quiet conversation with Irene.
No, not.
Oh, sorry,
No, me.
Not Rick.
Octavius.
Octavius. I was
Yes,
thinking you were talking about Rictavio. Sorry.
No.
As long as it is made of silver, that could potentially hit harder than just bare fists.
Oh, I get it. Now I'm gonna pull out my silver sword and look at it and be like, I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's what that's for.
Were you
Oh.
not? Were you not using that the whole time?
I grabbed it out of a panic a couple times. It didn't seem to be doing anything because I can't hit for shit. But yeah, no, I have this. Should you have this?
No, my weapon comes from a power deep from within.
Okay.
Do you have that?
The power deep within.
Yes.
I get asked that a lot, and I've never bothered seeing.
Well, if not, I think that
Sounds
it does sting quite a bit, but I'm getting more used to it as I go on. But
Okay.
maybe just stick with the silver sword to get you through.
All right. Well, we're going to
All right.
stop it right there. We're at the end of our time. And we are going to move on down the road until next week. So there we go.
Yeah, but here. Just get that a measure. Ah, dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do, like mow the lawn, fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Oh, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing! Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger. Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with a 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, art dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How Reroll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd, believe it or not. He's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me, I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorebad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he's snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive. I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorebad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door, blue door, blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.